Welcome everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute since you've seen me here, and I'm hoping we're gonna change that real soon. I'm gonna start posting a little bit more here. Usually about this time of year, I usually do a live down at the beach for Turtle Patrol. And some good news, bad news. Good news is that we're kind of progressing and moving in life and things have been changing. Bad news is that we're not going to be doing those turtle patrols anymore. And that's because, as many of you know, I am a real estate photographer, but as of about 2 months ago now, I'm now a real estate agent down here in the state of Florida. This is my office. This is where I've joined for now. And that's what we're doing. So we won't have a lot of time to be going and doing a lot of the turtle stuff in the morning, unfortunately, and I'm gonna miss it dearly. I'm gonna try and keep up with a lot of those people and kind of keep you guys informed on what's going on. I know they have discovered their first nest down in Perdido Key. They did that about a month ago. So good news is turtles are coming. They're still here. But what I wanna do is kind of update you on the rest of the city. What's going on right now actually is a really big project. So let me show you. Let's go ahead on down and let me show you what's been going on. Right now I'm down here off of Jefferson Street in Palafox. Or it's Jefferson Street and I don't even know the name of this road. This here is Jefferson Street. That's our office. And if you turn to the west, you're gonna see our big project that is just finished up. So this has been called the Palafox project. And basically what's been going on is they've taken the main street of Palafox, not to confuse it with Main Street, but the main street of Palafox Street, they've repaved it. And they've kind of upgraded the sidewalks, made those a little bit wider. They've fixed the sidewalks, they've fixed the pavement, and it looks like they put in either a roundabout / four-way stop. So what I've read, when they first came out with the drawings, it looked like it was gonna be a roundabout, but now that we've seen the finished piece, it looks like it's still a four-way stop. Here is one of those sections that they improved. So they made it much, much wider. But here it is. Here is the Palafox project. This is going to be the last week that it is open to just foot traffic. So let's just kind of cruise on down the middle. We're starting in the middle of Palafox. If you look down this way, construction went all the way down there. And if you turn around, construction went all the way down there to the end. So we're basically starting smack down in the middle. And what they improved is you've got wider sidewalks over here. So they've put these trees in, they've made it much wider for foot traffic, as you can tell here. They've taken away a little bit of the parking, but they do still have some. So it's not completely vacant. But yeah, this is our new Palafox Street. Over here, you've got all these shops. They've been open this entire time during all this construction. You've got our Parlor Donuts, which is a very, very popular spot. You've got our Singer Theater, which is a historic area. A lot of history there. We did a little tour of that. I wanted to make a video. I got a cool little tour, backstage tour of that place. And I did a bunch of phone recordings, so it's all filmed in a vertical instead of horizontal. And I was gonna post that, and you know what, life just kind of gets in the way sometimes. Got over here, you've got a chocolate shop. You can see they've put in some speed bumps, which is really nice for pedestrians, because before it was just painted pieces, and they didn't really stop for pedestrians very well. But now that there's a speed bump, hopefully it does a lot better. We've got a nice restaurant over here, seafood and oyster house called Slick Lips. Say that 5 times fast. And then you got your lawyers, you got an Interlight Surf Shop, very popular. Now Interlight Surf Shop, surprisingly, is actually where I got my surf lessons, which I'm not even sure. I thought I videoed that, but I don't think I did. Interlight Surf Shop this one here is just like a little boutique. So they just got a lot of clothes and stuff. They don't have their surfboards here as much as they do at their main store down on Gulf Breeze. So that's where I went, and then I got my surfboard there, and I did get some surf lessons, and that was a ton of fun. And here's one of our roundabouts. So this area is kind of interesting because we still have our stop signs. On their renderings that they had, it looked like it was going to be a roundabout, but I don't think that's what it is. It's way too small for a car to kind of go like around. So I do believe this is still a 4-way stop. I'm not a legal person, don't hold me to it, but I do believe it is just still a 4-way stop. Now there are quite a few bars down here. So one of the big ones is the Wild Greg's. That's a big bar. A lot of military people, a lot of military people go down there. We've got our jewelry shop. I actually have this jewelry shop. It's one of my favorite shops on here just because I love sparkles, but they actually resized a ring of mine. So I have this ring here. It's all twisted. That ring there, it was my grandma's and it was very small. It was always put on my pinky and it was gonna fall off. So I got it resized here and they were lovely, lovely people. And they always have such lovely window displays. I always love their window displays. They really go full out for like Mardi Gras and spring and stuff. But if you can see this, you can't see it. They've got really pretty flowers. So this is the new Palafox Street. Now I do believe on the 1st of June, since today, I do believe I said today is May 26th. On Friday, they have a big parade going on down here. It's not going to be on Main Street here. It's actually going to be 1 block over on Jefferson Street where we came from. They're going to be doing a fiesta parade. That fiesta parade actually celebrates, I believe, the 5 flags that represent down here. So our city here is known as the City of 5 Flags, but that's what the parade's about. It's the parade of 5 Flags Fiesta. So that once that's kicked off, once that's done, I do believe the street will be reopened to car traffic. In this little area, this is kind of like a little shopette. They've got vintage clothing in here, beeswax company with like honey, beeswax, records. They have a cool record place in here. And then they also have some food. But mostly down here is a bar type of area. There's a lot of bars. I think there's like 4 or 5. This is Wild Greg's. This one's a pretty big one. Now the fun thing is I've been up on that balcony and I think I posted it. It was for one of the Mardi Gras parades. Wow, Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras parades put together. But yeah, I was able to go up there at one point and just kind of like see Palafox from above. Speaking of which, why don't I launch the drone and show you guys what Palafox looks like from above. These photos were so cool. I'm not sure if they're real now that AI is out there all the time. I do believe they are real though. So this looks like a show that was going on. that they had. These look like they're maybe back from like the 30s, 1930s. You've got Model Ts in this one. It shows a Model T, some historic homes. This one here looks like Main Street, Palafox. I should stop saying Main Street because there is a street called Main Street. This looks like Palafox Street. And then that one looks like inside the theater, which that one I can attest to. I have been in there. It does look like that. So that one is real. But this is Palafox back in the day. A historic home back in the day. And then that one must be like a play that was going on. I wish I knew what kind of play it was. All right, now we're back where we started. So we came from there when we first started this video. Walked down that way. We started here in the middle. And I wanted to show you actually this end of Palafox. Fun little fact is that is our only skyscraper in Palafox, or in all of Pensacola. Over here you've got Graffiti Pizza, which I actually eat at more than I'd like to admit. Very good pizza. And over here it says Art Gallery. I do know that there is a type of DMV. Yeah, there's our Escambia County for Florida. I think there's a DMV in there. I haven't been to it, I've just heard about it. And then all over the Pensacola area, they've got these fun little pelicans. I don't know the origin of how it started, but I do know that it's like a Florida thing where I think in like Central Florida, they've got like mermaids, or I know in Destin, they've got, I think it's gray cranes. But here in Pensacola, just got windy. Here in Pensacola, they have pelicans, and I think businesses can order their own and like make it like a fun art fancy kind of a thing. Here's another one of those little roundabouts right here off of Government Street and Palafox. Not a roundabout, a four-way stop. Hopefully they know how to function how that works. They've got, this is new, a little bike rack. Before they used to have just like these silhouette pieces, the bike silhouette things. Now they've got actual things to lock up your bike to. I thought this was cool that they kept this. They've got like a little how-to dance. This is the Palafox Trot. So it's really nice that they actually kept that. I was kind of wondering if they would or not. Here's our little square. Sorry, I'm trying to block out all the wind. Here's our little square, and we have a lot of marketplace deals that go on in here. So there's every weekend we have a market that goes on, and they set up here, and then they'll set up on the other end where we were, clear at the end. They'll have tables set up down there as well. So they've kind of expanded down to here because it is very popular on the weekends. There's a little squirrel. Doesn't zoom in very far. He's cute. On this side, we've got O'Reilly's right over there. They usually have really cool decorations for Mardi Gras and Halloween. I do know that's another bar that is very popular. I kind of like them just because of their breakfast. I'm not really a bar goer, but I like their breakfast because it's like an English breakfast. It's a very Irish type pub, so it's pretty cool. But that is the end down here. This is the end of the Palafox project. Anyways, so that's the new Palafox Street down here in Pensacola. It's gonna take me a minute to remember how to make videos and talk again, obviously. But I really do hope that I can get back on here, kind of update you guys a little bit more on some events that are going on. I might not go to the Fiesta parade because it is a night parade that is late, and where I have to drive, it's a 2-lane 2-lane street to get back, and it's kind of iffy sometimes to drive back. So I tend not to go out at night if I have to drive that back. But if there's other events going on, I'm trying to block the wind. It's a little windy, and it's just gonna sound like whew. I love this building because they've got these faces on here. Wow. Aren't those weird? They're so kind of creepy, but they're really cool. I like them. But anyways, so with that, that's the update. That's the update of downtown Pensacola. Oh, I did want to show you this really cool ship. I'm gonna throw some drone in right now. I'm not sure. I asked a couple agents or some friends in the area that and asked them what it does. What is this? They think it's to drill. It's probably a drill boat, and it is in fact a boat, is what they said. They said it's a ship. So I'm not sure how it works. It was supposed to come in on Sunday, but it didn't. When I went down there to check, I was gonna have a drone of it coming in so I could see actually how like it moved, but it didn't. It must have came in late last night because today is Tuesday and it was supposed to come in on Sunday. So, alright, you guys, with that being said, that's Palafox. That's the new Palafox project. That's the office that I'm at right now. As of May. Things may change in the future. Some things are kind of coming up. I'm not quite sure how things are going to develop, so I don't want to say anything too soon. But there's going to be some changes coming. I'm hoping to post a lot more on my social medias, on my YouTube. I want to show you guys a lot more with my YouTube channel of what's going on with Pensacola or Florida. I might be doing all of Florida at this point, just things to do in the area. If you guys need a home or just want to know about housing in Florida, let me know. And I can send you guys some information on that. I am an official real estate realtor in the state of Florida. And with that, I will see you guys the next time on our next Florida adventure. Thank you so much for being here.